G on Bud's resume. There's no Trout on Bud's resume. There's no Daniel Jacobs on Bud's resume. Canelo is the one that's fought the elite level opposition. It's Canelo that fought Laura. There is no Laura on Bud's resume. There is no Laura on Bud's resume. Bud has never faced a multiple division champ. Bud has never faced a multiple division champ.
Yeah, but Bud is an elite boxer.
So you're an elite boxer, but you haven't
over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't do
obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
Hey, boxing fans, mark your calendars. September 12th, Las Vegas. The biggest fight of the year is about to go down. Terence "Bud" Crawford, the undisputed king at 140 and 47.
Man, nobody really heard about him. Some of them heard about him. But his name is Lester Martinez, man. He's from Guatemala. And, man, that boy bad as shit. I tell you, 168 pounds, he bad as shit. He got a couple world championships, 168 pounds.
That the size and the strength of Canelo Alvarez will carry the day, ultimately wearing the perceivably smaller Terence Crawford down. What do you say about that?
I tell you like this, the man must have seen something when he called Canelo out, because you got to remember, Bud called Canelo out. So he must see something in order for him to get that win, and he know he can win. So like I said before, it's our job to get him to that point.
Is making a historic move to 168 pounds to challenge the man who's ruled the super middleweight division, Canelo Alvarez.
That believes in hardcore boxing fans, they know Crawford can beat Canelo, just like they knew Bud was going to be Spence. This is real simple. It's real simple. You just got to know boxing in order for you to be able to say that. Hey, Terrence gonna get in there and do what he needs to do.
Hoop session number 2. We in here getting in. Get ready. What we doing, man?
We running the court. They got the bomb squad.
And they still lost.
Look, Trey on that thing.
This story, I said it before, but I'm gonna say it again. I was in the gym. I wanted to say I was getting ready for Chris Diaz or something, and he was sparring like a heavyweight fighter. I'm looking, I'm type nervous for him. I'm like, why is he in the ring with this big old dude? And man, I swear he done caught this dude on his chin. Boom, dude, wobbling all around the ring.
No tune-up, no soft landing. Crawford stepping into the fire with one goal in mind.
Just gotta beat him. I'm not going in there looking to knock Canelo out. Could it happen? Yes, absolutely. You know, when I look at Canelo, he's a smaller, bigger guy moving up in divisions. You know, being that these big guys are slower, so they might catch him with something, but he might see it at the last moment. You know, they might catch him with a hard shot, but he's all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. You know, so let's
To prove he's the best, regardless of weight class, Canelo Alvarez has fought and defeated the biggest names in boxing.
A good little man has never beaten a good big man in the history of the game, unless you go back to certain situations with Pacquiao beat me, but I was a dead man walking anyway. But a good little man never beats a good big man, so it's a tough test for Crawford, but I'm not counting him out. The bottom line, and this is the truth again.
From Gennady Golovkin to Caleb Plant, his resume is unmatched, his power undeniable. He's a legend in the making. But Crawford, he's not backing down.
No problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch. And I can see the same thing. I mean, you saw Canelo Alvarez fighting Amir Khan. Now, look at this. Terence Crawford moved from 47 to 54 to fight Madrimov. What did he do to Madrimov?
Will not let Canelo just walking on the ring when he wants, you know, because we could see this fight. Canelo did everything when he wanna rest, he could rest easy, in this fight. Yeah, of course, when he wants to work, that guy didn't give him work. Just rest.
And
I think with Crawford, it will be harder to rest.
Having dominated in 2 weight classes already, Crawford's not just looking for a challenge, he's gunning for history.
Here for Fight TV with Terence Crawford. What do you make of Canelo versus Skull?
Canelo did what he had to do to get the victory.
What do you want next? It seems like that's going to be the fight tonight. Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez, the biggest fight in boxing.
Well, Canelo's the face of boxing. He's the best fighter for Terence Crawford out there. He's the biggest fight.
Decision or stoppage if they fight in May, Canelo and Crawford.
Decision or...
And why does Canelo beat him, before you get out of here?
Listen, we can have the skills and everything, but jumping that much like that, jumping like that much, getting hit, I don't think Crawford's ever fought a fighter that's hit him directly, just straight, constantly in the arms. And it's not because they can't, they don't think that way.
Appreciate you.
Gotta clear it out, guys. Remember, this man...
His camp has been relentless, bringing in undefeated super middleweight Lester Martinez to replicate Canelo's power and aggression. This fight is everything to Crawford, and he's prepared to leave it all in the ring.
I can see him doing it, Is it a challenge for him? Yeah, of course. It's a challenge for the whole team? Yeah, of course. And that's something that we in the business for, being great. I mean, we all can retire out from that after that. You know what I'm saying? We can retire after that, and we just sit back and do what you're doing.
Who will fight you in the future? Obviously not Crawford, but with that kind of mindset, they just want to last the distance.
That's a mediocre mind. That's a mediocre mind because they come just to survive, to go.
Oh, that's 2 more weight classes. Like, once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he's still got that kind of steam. But, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many.
Canelo, however, is no ordinary champion. His experience, counter-punching ability, and ruthless aggression have overwhelmed opponents time and time again.
Secret, if he allowed me, ask him which the first event fight he will have in September. Ask him if you want to answer.
So is Turki Al-Sheikh and Dana White clearly stating that the first main event / card we're going to see of TKO boxing is Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford? Is this all a part of Turki Al-Sheikh's blueprint for Canelo Alvarez to fight for undisputed in May?
But Crawford's got something few possess: unmatched ring IQ, adaptability, and speed that could be a game changer.
Canelo, Jesus Lord, come on. You're getting paid all this money to fight against a runner who we all knew was gonna run, a Cuban style. You chose him, and now you say you hate fighting runners? Well then, don't fight runners.
The question isn't just who hits harder, but who can control the tempo. Can Crawford's precision and intellect outwork Canelo's relentless pressure? Or will the Mexican champion's size and experience prove to be too much?
Is Canelo waiting you out, avoiding you? How would you describe the fact that you haven't fought him yet?
To be honest with you, I don't know what that man is doing. I feel like every time I say something, people try to say that, oh, I'm looking for a payday, I'm doing for this and that. But I've been the mandatory fighter for the past 2 years. I won a title eliminator first, and I won WBC interim, and that guarantees you a spot. So the fact...
Absolutely crap, load of rubbish. The fight really was a waste of time. If you haven't watched it,
don't watch it because there's better things you can be doing, like probably watching the grass grow or watching some paint dry maybe. But that fight was a total waste of time. Watching that as a former unified super middleweight world boxing champion and Hall of Famer, I was thinking to myself, what an opportunity you've got there. If I was fighting still 10 years ago, if that opportunity came up for me.
This is more than a fight. It's a clash of boxing philosophies. If Crawford wins, he becomes the first boxer in history to be undisputed in 3 weight classes. If Canelo defends his crown, he cements his legacy as the era's best. Who's your pick? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for exclusive breakdowns, predictions, and behind-the-scenes action.